You are listening to the Empowering Working Moms podcast, Real Talk with Dr. Priyanka Nayak, a show to help professional moms in survival mode to take hold of their lives and thrive. If you're ready to take powerful action to create your best life, then this is the show for you. I'm your host, Dr. Priyanka Nayak, board-certified internal medicine physician and certified life coach. Now let's get to it and dive in. You are listening to the Empowering Working Moms podcast, episode number 35. Hi, friends, and Happy New Year. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am so glad you're here, and I'm glad to be here talking to you. And I actually did take a couple weeks break from pretty much clinically seeing patients as well as coaching and the podcast just to give myself a recharge. And I suggest you all do the same. And I'm sure you won't fault me for taking my break, but I am back and ready to deliver tips, tricks, solutions, all the things to use so that you too can really enjoy your life every day, even if you think that's not possible. And before we dive into today's topic, I do want to let you know that enrollment is open for my one-on-one private coaching program. I work with professional moms who are mentally exhausted and in survival mode to truly love their lives because they deserve it and they've worked so hard for it, right? I have 4 one-on-one private coaching spots open this month, so book a call with me, www.priyankanayakmdcoaching.as.me, and apply to work with me. I'd love to talk to you and see where you are, and we can talk about how I can help you. The link is in the show notes. So something I talk a lot about, and clients also come to me wanting peace, ease, happiness, of course, right? And part of being happy is having fun, right? That's fairly obvious and intuitive, but it's insane how many of us, we forget to have fun. We lose ourselves. Fun doesn't become a part of the equation anymore, right? We used to have fun. If you look back on your time in school, maybe high school or college, I had so much fun. I have memories of me and my girls, Herd 14, shout out to them. There are 10 of us. I recall one random weeknight, we were in my friend Erica's room and we were making prank calls. And it was hysterical and so much fun. And yet, obviously, that's immature, but just the idea of this carefree, fun, laughing. And as we get older, we end up losing this lighter, carefree part of ourselves, right? And we can definitely make an effort to get in touch with that. And I'm going to talk about that. But we do lose this part because or due to responsibilities, hardships in life as we get older, right? We face the reality of being an adult, and that's not always easy. Motherhood is beautiful, but it's also not easy. There are dark, dark things that can happen, heavier things that can happen in our lives, and it can really take the fun away, or it really makes fun more difficult to have. And as I witnessed the wonder and magic of Christmas through my 4-year-old's eyes, and the 1-year-old too, actually, so, so beautiful. They were so excited. They were having so much fun. The Christmas tree to them seemed like the best thing that they'd ever seen. The wonder in my son's eyes, just the spark when he woke up on Christmas morning to a bunch of presents from Santa. It was so beautiful. And I think about how we get older, sometimes we get more cynical, and we lose that. So let's think about, how can we recreate that magic? How can we recreate that fun? How can you do it? Ask yourself and really take time to answer that question. And really, the answer to this is different for everyone. But we can lighten up our life. We can lighten our loads by implementing fun, joy. Remember? I'm hoping many of you experience the joy of Christmas, although I know the holidays can be really stressful. But for example, I like to laugh. I try not to take things too seriously. I laugh at myself all the time and I think I'm hilarious. So, but can you do that? Is there something that you can implement in your life where you can find a way to find light in the darkest moments or find some joy in spite of or along with? So, what can fun look like, right? It can be planning a vacation or the mere act of planning a vacation, the anticipation of the fun that's to come. That's a really joyous experience. Or a night out with friends. Can you recreate an evening that you might have spent before having kids or when you were in college or med school, for example, for me? Shout out to my fellow Tulane med school classmates. We used to have so much fun. A conversation with an old friend, maybe call a friend, laugh about old stuff or just laugh in general. Take a week off to self-indulge, create it. And I'm not saying you have to take off work, but maybe you can commit 1 week to yourself and indulging in whatever you want. That's different for everyone. It could be getting your nails done, getting a massage, sitting in your room reading a book, renting, I don't know, a hotel room, getting a night away. Hire some extra babysitting or have some family watch your kids. Ask for help. Make it happen. Okay. Because we are not victims of our circumstances. We can truly empower ourselves to create the life that we want for ourselves. And it's really about our mindset and realizing and believing that we can, not, I can't do this and this isn't possible. No, you can actually do whatever you want. You have that privilege, that freedom. Maybe create weekly outings. I actually have a babysitter come to my home weekly so that I can go out to eat because that is something I really love to do. It brings me tremendous joy, especially with the pandemic. I missed going out to eat and having my food served to me as opposed to serving it for myself. And I don't have to feel guilty about that because I am present and I truly do my best to connect with my kids, as I discuss in episode 34, which then alleviates any guilt I have to take time for myself. We are allowed to be human. Remember that. We are allowed to be people outside of being moms. We are human beings and we have wants, desires, needs, hobbies outside of our children. And that's totally okay, regardless of societal pressure. So take some time to figure out what you might want to sprinkle into your life on a regular basis and have fun. Maybe it's a pottery class or the paint by numbers. They do that's everywhere. I feel like there are chains doing that, all kinds of fun things. One of my friends thinks it's fun to do axe throwing. You could do that or escape the room. That's kind of a game. Pick one activity that you love. That's another thing you can do. It can be anything from exercise to grabbing yourself a latte to coffee and really commit to doing this regularly. Make a commitment and promise to yourself and don't break it because so often we put other people's needs in front of our own. We will never break a commitment with someone else and yet we put ourselves last and we really need to shift that paradigm and really commit to ourselves, okay? The next tip is to dance, 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 be it via Dance Dance Revolution, the video game, or literally just dance in your room. I dance in the kitchen. My kids look at me like I'm crazy, and that's totally okay. I have danced in the car at a stoplight. I don't really care because I am having a good time. I am having fun. I feel joy. And that's it. So, dancing is such a beautiful way to have that fun in your life. It's carefree. Take some time to figure out what lights you up, what makes you feel good. Recently, I realized because of COVID, I was so used to dressing down, either wearing scrubs when I see patients or at home when I'm coaching clients wearing athleisure. And I decided that I'm going to start dressing up and coordinating my outfits, maybe a fun necklace, whatever, because that is fun for me. So that's just an example, but think of an equivalent situation or something that lights you up that would be fun for you and literally start doing it. So the other fun thing to do besides dancing is singing. Get friends together for karaoke. This is on my to do list, and I'm going to make this happen in 2023. I love myself some karaoke, and there's tons of it in New York City. I will be getting there. But in the meantime, you can always sing in the shower, sing in your car. I sing in my car all the time, either with your kids or solo. Another question to ask yourself in order to figure out what would be fun is, what was fun when you were little? Did you paint? Did you color? I used to have these cardboard cutout dolls, and they had clothing that you could put on them. That was really fun for me. I don't know what toys you guys used to enjoy, but whatever it was, get back into that. Were you into a sport? Join an adult club sports team. Whatever you have to do, but get back into the stuff that made you happy and gave you joy, with or without your kids. And I know time is tough, but you have to create it. You just have to. And find ways to say no to things that don't bring you joy in order to make space and make room for the things that do. Festivities, okay? Festivities of any kind. That brings joy and enthusiasm. When I lived in New Orleans, there were parades all the time, and that was so much fun. So is there an event? Is there something that you can find, that you can create, that would spark some fun and joy? Or there are activities that are more spontaneous, like skydiving or riding a roller coaster in an amusement park, stuff like that. That is so much fun. Maybe you could try and do that every spring, every summer, in the fall. Another idea is wrapping a gift for yourself, right? That would be fun, to open up a gift. That's always fun. But there are so many ways that we can truly, truly implement and create fun and joy and that spontaneity in our lives. Last on my list is hiking. And I know people hiking is all the rage, especially with the pandemic. People love it. Hiking's not my jam personally, but if that's something that you find fun, do that. But just think about and focus on little ways or larger ways that you can have fun on a regular basis. I actually had this idea to do a wine tour with friends on a weekday. This was several years ago, and I sent out an email if friends would want to like play hooky from work, like, and take a day off, planned ahead of time, of course, and do just like a fun day with friends on a random Thursday or a random Friday, just to shake things up. Why not, right? Because I think we get so sucked into the grind, so into the box, that we forget to be adventurous, live outside the box. And that is what creates so much fun. So the purpose of this episode is to truly increase your awareness in empowering yourself to have fun, spark joy, enjoy your life, because you truly have the freedom to create the life that you want. You really do. Everything is a choice in your life, whether you realize it or not. You choose that. So why not choose fun, right? Enrollment is open for my one-on-one coaching program for professional moms who are mentally exhausted, in survival mode, and want to enjoy the life that they've worked so hard to build. I have 4 private spots this month, so please book a call with me, Priyanka Nayak, mdcoaching.as.me, and apply to work with me. I would love to talk to you, see where you are, and how I can help you. The link is in the show notes. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Empowering Working Moms podcast, Real Talk with Dr. Priyanka Nayak. If you are ready to get unstuck and out of survival mode to live your best life, I want to invite you to book a free 30-minute consultation call with me. To get started, visit PriyankaNayakMDCoaching.as.me. Link in the show notes.